It hurts just walking over here and just thinking about Afr'Am Fest. It was really a meaningful family culture, showcasing not just our talents, but opportunities for those that did not have a place to sell their wares, a place to belong, because there were many events being held downtown. But it was not a large focus on the African Americans.
Miss Donna Smith is an artist and former executive director of the Afr'Am Festival, a major African American cultural celebration held each Memorial Day weekend at Town Point Park in Norfolk. This event was the brainchild of the great minds at Norfolk State University who saw a gap in visibility and acceptance for the Black community and came up with the festival as a solution.
So these were like my big brothers and sisters and colleagues, my professors, who were really coming up with an opportunity that the African American culture be showcased.
Waiting on festivities to start, everybody's just slowly popping out.
Held in Town Point Park in downtown Norfolk, this was a 3-day celebration of Blackness featuring step performances, live musical acts, and vendors selling art, clothing, and food. Because of the event's proximity to the water and the architecture of the buildings downtown, you could hear it before you could see it.
When you're looking at Afr'Am, it's the African American family. That's what it was all about. You didn't leave one out. And seeing families come to downtown Norfolk, maybe some of them was the first time that they felt welcome because there were other events that they felt that they could not come to or was not welcome to be a part of. Being denied is harmful. I attended, and just because I was an artist, it was probably about 120 some participants that showed up at Town Point Park. The focus at that time was just with the music and the visual arts.
This event was produced by the nonprofit Southeastern Virginia Arts Association, and word of its success spread across the East Coast. The proceeds from this event fueled year-round programming. It provided the next generation of young artists from economically disadvantaged communities with what so many before them did not have: support, and a chance to shape their future through art.
The word was getting out that we had this big event that was being held.
Get your purse. My purse is right on the ground.
But I also wanted the people that came to the festival to experience that you could bring in your family, your brother, your sister, or your cousin. I became the Afr'Am project director. I felt as a leader, you need to have hands-on.
Donna truly rolled up her sleeves. When she stepped in, she expanded the team to 15 committees and over 400 dedicated volunteers. Attendance soared from just 400 people at the first event to 300,000 by 2008. Featured in AARP magazines and promoted as a prime travel destination on cruise ships and in tourism guides, the Afr'Am Festival earned spots on state and national festival lists. It was such a vibe that it grabbed people right off the street.
Well, Afr'Am heats up, and so does just about everywhere else across our area. So crank up the fans, drink plenty of water, grab a snow. Well, about the only thing hotter than the weather is the lineup at Afr'Am. It's one of the largest African-American festivals on the East Coast.
We know what Afr'Am is. It is a festival celebration of everything that is Black excellence.
We happened upon it. We were driving around in the downtown area. We saw a whole bunch of Black people walking, and we started following them. Where they going? Where they going? We found this big old park with a whole bunch of Negroes. So we went over there and had a good time. I bought celebratory jewelry and stuff like that. Maybe that's why I started wearing cowries, because I was able to find different types of jewelry incorporating cowrie shells. Afr'Am Fest made me feel like, oh, there's Black people down here doing stuff. There's Black people down here celebrating themselves unapologetically, just out in public, just being Black. It gave me pride. It was like, it's okay. It doesn't always have to be negative. We can celebrate ourselves. Everybody gets to celebrate themselves at Town Point Park. You got Carib Fest, you got Cajun Festival, you got a Latin Festival down there. The only ones that are left out now is us. Oh, Harbor Fest celebrates our arrival. I don't know that we necessarily want to celebrate our arrival here in that way. But yeah, Harbor Fest that's the white festival. Afr'Am Festival is one of the main reasons why I came back to the Hampton Roads area, because it felt like a celebration every year at Town Point Park. It made me feel like, for the first time, I could see Black people in a large space all together, just having a good time.
As the buzz grew, so did sponsorships, propelling the event into a major cultural phenomenon. But with growth comes new demands, particularly in a downtown area poised for change. In 2009, they were told just days before the event was set to take place that despite having secured the correct permits, they could not start Afr'Am Fest. Donna was handed a guidebook, one that outlined safety regulations and fire codes. In that book, it became her only reference point in preparing for the festival. Now, at the 11th hour, she's informed
The book was outdated. We received the wrong directions. And so when fire codes change, safety codes change. We were told that we could not open the festival because of the fire hazards. Keep in mind, this was on a Friday afternoon at 3:45 or 3:30 downtown Norfolk, the weekend of the festival. I can feel the pressure from that day now because so many people were depending on you. I had to think quick. So I was told by my project director, who was also part of this team, who said that we have a fire hazards. We do not have enough fire extinguishers. We do not have enough spacing. And I said, what do I have to do? He said, you got to go to the chief of the fire department of Norfolk and meet with them, and to tell them what the plan would be. So I walked from the Sheraton Hotel to the chief of the fire department on Granby Street. In my walk, I had to think. So when I got there, and I simply said to the fire marshal, you provided me with a log, you provided me with a book, you've given me the outline of what the festival should look like, the field, especially for safety. But the book you've given me is outdated, so this is the one I'm following. I'm your rental. Now, what I'm asking of you, we can do this together, so help me. What do I need to do? I says, because people were dependent on us. We can make it happen. You just need to tell me. So the plan was I had to go back and purchase fire extinguishers. Keep in mind, this time of the evening, we only had Lowe's. I don't think it was a Home Depot. It might have been one, but so far away. So everybody had to go get fire extinguishers. Everyone we knew downtown, because their offices were closing, if they had fire extinguishers, they were bringing them. Whether it was right or wrong, we had fire extinguishers. But more importantly, that event had to happen because people were already lined up. Vendors were lined up to come in. They had purchased their food. They had purchased their wares. They were looking to have this big day, and we weren't ready. But we got ready. The fire marshal and the captains, whoever, we became friends within less than an hour because we all went back out there to try to fix it. All I know, we did have a good time and the festival went on. The African heritage in our culture was becoming so loud and presence. The site development became home-like for other people. It was no longer an open space. It became another community surrounding the location. The event ended with many struggles. Financial struggles because of the past event changes of the festival dates. Town Point had outgrown us.
She's being polite. The truth, stitched between old headlines and quiet revisions, is clear. The date changed by the city, and more importantly, so did the people living downtown. To quote one council member, "If a type of music is not tasteful to you, it might seem to be annoying. If it was Jimmy Buffett, they would probably embrace it."
Biblically, I've always been taught, build your house, build it on solid ground. So why would you want to build it around a location that has been noted for events if you don't wish to be a part of them? You know, you got to be willing to accept what comes along with the package.
But accept it they did not.
The event closed down with lots of problems that I felt that could have been avoided. Do you go back and look at the values? What did this event bring to your community? What did it do to the vendors, the outside merchants? Did it attract people into your stores? Were you afraid of those people? Did they boost your restaurant dollars? Did it give them opportunities? But just think, arts have a way of bringing people together. Arts have a way to give opportunities for jobs. Art can break down boundaries. It builds communities.
Visit our website, truthbetoldcommunity.com, to find out ways to get involved and share this episode with friends. This series was written by Jackie Glass and Hannah Sobel, edited and hosted by me, Nicole Hill, sound designed by Trindell Lightburn, and our work has been supported by the Elizabeth River Trail Foundation through a National Park Service Chesapeake Gateways grant. Follow our work by subscribing wherever you get your podcasts. We couldn't do this without people brave enough to share their experiences. So thank you, anonymous festival goer and Mrs. Donna Smith.